Hey guys, are you heading to Disney World soon? Today I am sharing our updated Disney World packing list. Everything that we actually bring to the parks. So that ways you're prepared and you are not scrambling at the last minute. Hi everyone, and welcome back to Where the Blazers Roam, where we share tips to make your vacation more easier and definitely more fun. If you're planning a trip to Disney World, make sure to subscribe because we share park tips, packing ideas, and travel updates every week. Alright, so let's start with some of your must-haves that you gotta have, especially when heading to Disney World. One of the first things that I definitely recommend having is a portable charger. Have one here. This one is Anchor. And I'm not a big fan of having this charger. I mean, it only holds one charge. And I mean, nowadays, cell phones have pretty good battery charge. So you charge before you leave, so that way you can have full battery. And then once you're out there in the parks, you're starting to get low, and do a quick charge. There's Belkin, there's all types of portable chargers, but it definitely helps to have one. So the next thing, and I feel like it may be even pretty obvious, is don't forget your phone. And also have your Magic Band. That helps when you're scanning in for your tickets. All you have to do literally is just like hold it up to the machine. It blinks, you put your finger in, and then you're in. Usually, you have to scramble to try to find everyone's passes because we are annual pass holders, and I have to like put it up by my phone. So it's a lot easier to at least get me out of the way using my Magic Band. I definitely love this one. It's Be Happy. And of course, kind of feel happy, feel the magic when you get in. The next things that I would highly recommend having is sunscreen. We use the Sun Bomb. It's really good. We have 70 because the sun is super strong out here. I mean, it feels like you get roasted in like 20 minutes. I don't know how, but it does. I'm originally from Chicago, and the sun seems soft and mild. It's not hot here, as it gets like really humid here in Florida. Yeah, sunscreen, that's a definite must. You want that on you to spray everybody before you leave and while you're out in the parks, especially if you're like going to a water park, reapply, so the ways your skin does not feel super burned, or even sometimes for me, like it feels like hot. We're very sensitive after being in the sun for a long time, so just always make sure you have your sunscreen. Chapstick is really good too, just because you're kind of out, even though it's humid, like you feel dry, at least for me. So I have chapstick, and then the chapstick actually has sunscreen in it, just the SPF, to even help my lips too, because you want to constantly be drinking water. Speaking of the sun, I also have my shades. Those are good. Help protect your eyes. You want to have like a hat on. It just helps protect just like the sun from being in your eyes where you're looking, because here, just like they say, the Sunshine State, it is very sunny. Usually most of the time. I couldn't believe how bright it gets here, especially after coming out of a store or coming out of a restaurant or something. Having some shades on doesn't feel like there's a shock of brightness to your eyes when you're heading outside. So definitely have those. Something else that you also want to have in your bag, a poncho. But I do have a big umbrella. We have a couple of those. You want to have like a small one to put in your bag. Also, what's a must is having your water bottle. I have my Hydro Flask here. I put my stickers on. Stay wild, right? This is insulated, which is great because it gets so hot outside. You want to fill it up with ice first, then put water in, because people have complained that like the ice doesn't stay so good in here, and then it melts, and then it's like, what's the point? But I found that it lasts longer if you put the ice in first, then put your water in. My kids also have like their mini Hydro Flasks, but like any kind of reusable water bottle is fine. All right, so my memory card got full. So I had to switch cards real quick. But what was I saying? Definitely want to keep a water bottle. Oh, that's what I was saying. So Yes, it makes my hands slippery if it's not insulated. So I have this. This is pretty fat, so it can be of a hassle. And just to be mindful too that this does add weight when you are traveling, especially when you're planning on being in Disney World all day, and it can be kind of a hassle. But you do need water. Lightweight water bottle. Everybody has one, reusable. They do have it where you can fill up your water, so that ways you can get at least some kind of fresh water. I don't remember if it's cold. Usually I already kind of have mine pre-prepared and kind of just like go with this for the day. So yeah. All right, so the next thing I'm going to talk about are clothing essentials. Definitely recommend bringing in an extra pair of socks. Sometimes if you have gym shoes on, changing out your socks after it rains, because the rain like pours down super heavy. So if you have an extra pair of socks that you can like change into, I've seen where people just like sit there and kind of let their shoes air dry. As soon as it rains, it gets super humid and like really steamy. And so you kind of feel a little sticky out there. So bringing in an extra pair of socks, you can kind of like put on some fresh, dry, clean socks. If you even want to like bring a towel to kind of like wipe yourself off, if you don't have like a poncho, or if you don't have like stuff ready right away, then I would definitely recommend bringing an extra pair of clothes or extra pair of socks, just so you can change into and kind of just like feel refreshed. Because I mean, the last thing you want to do is like come out here, get soaked, and you're like, shoot, what do I want to do? And this is saving you money too, like if you just bring in your extra pair of stuff. Speaking of that, actually, I have my good old Under Armour bag. I've had it for like, I don't know, 10 years, feels like forever. But it is like water resistant, waterproof. So that way is, you know, if you have your stuff in here, oops, sorry, on this side. If you have your stuff in here, my Under Armour bag, it can stay dry and you'll have your clothes and things to change into. You don't have to like go to the store and just like, oh crap, wait, let me buy this. And we know going to Disney, it's super gonna be pricey to buy their stuff. So, I mean, you may want a shirt. Anyway, who doesn't want a shirt? But anywho, having some kind of like waterproof, protecting kind of cover bag is helpful. And I always bring that in there. My Under Armour bag has been tried and true. Love this brand, it's really great. If you can definitely get one or get some kind of bag, whatever brand that you like or enjoy, just have that so that way you can keep your clothes and things dry. So also with the clothing, you want to have like a lightweight jacket, because it can get windy, especially when it's storming here. So you want to have that. So always recommend bringing an extra pair of socks, so that way you can change out. Also wearing like sandals too for like footwear, something that's comfortable because you're going to be walking around a lot. And speaking of weather, because the weather can get kind of wild here, also have a fan or like a mini like cooling fan. We used to have one. It was like a chargeable one, and I think the kids broke it somehow. You can definitely get one off of Amazon. I think they're like $10, $15, and some are even $20. Rechargeable ones, so that way you don't have to worry about batteries so much. But they definitely help keeping you cool and at least feeling like some kind of breeze, because after a while it's so humid you don't feel any kind of breeze. It feels like the air is just like stiff and kind of just sticky, especially after it rains. It's not like everywhere else where it kind of cools down after it rains. No, it still stays hot. In fact, sometimes it even feels hotter after it rains here in Florida. So having those fans, a cooling fan or even like a mist fan, is definitely something that's really helpful being out here when you're traveling in the theme parks or just going wherever that you are. All right, so another thing too that I recommend here, especially like for families, if you have kids, bring extra snacks with you, so that ways that they're not like, I don't know, getting cranky, hangry while they're, you know, waiting in those lines. At least you can have some fruit snacks, some granola bars, of course, plenty of water, anything with electrolytes, Pedialyte's great with hydrating and just making sure that you can kind of like keep up with the day. And as I said before, like if you just need a moment to cool down, going into the AC, you know, in the stores or anything like that, that's also super awesome. And then some last minute extras that you may want to bring with you, like an autograph book, a camera. I like to have my camera, here it is, my baby, my Sony. Love this thing. It's a 6100, it's pretty old now. But it's great for like just capturing those, those quick photos that you want to get. Also bring like a first aid kit. I know sometimes a lot of times kids want to run, they want to get out, they want to like do stuff, jump stuff. I've had plenty of times where my kids have fallen down, kind of gotten some scraped knees. So bring in some Band-Aids, some Neosporin, Aquaphor, those things are good to hopefully help them get back up and running again. Also, a waterproof phone pouch might be handy. I know like our phones nowadays are like, water resistant or whatever, but if you're at the water park or something like that, bring a waterproof case to put your phone in, just to kind of like help protect your phone. I also have like my smartwatch with me too, so the ways I don't have to necessarily bring my phone, but if, feel attached and like having your phone with you so you can always know what you're doing, especially like to have fun, take pictures and stuff too. Bring a waterproof pouch, especially if you're at the water park. These things certainly aren't required, but it definitely makes your trip more memorable, where you can like have those memories and have Goofy or someone sign your book or whatever. Those are always fun. So as you're traveling to the theme parks, here are a few extra things to know about, especially things that people tend to forget, but you'll be glad that you packed them. As we mentioned before, extra phone charger. Like you have your portable bank, but then you need your actual charger to do it. I know some people have like the MagSafe ones that they can just like click on, charge on their phone. But if you don't, just definitely don't forget to bring like the extra charger for your phone. So that way you can always keep your battery charged. Another thing that people forget to bring, or just me like crap, is something I could probably use, is deodorant. Bring deodorant with you. Helps you to stay fresh. I know people get sweaty. I know me, I get sweaty being out there. Really quick, easy, small. You can just like have something with you while, just to like stay fresh or whatever, freshen up. Especially after getting like being hot or whatever. And this is another Under Armour thing. It's been great too, to like have something quick on you, especially when you're managing like a lot of kids or whatever. Strollers, backpacks, diaper bags, like it's just a lot, and you want to feel like it's simple, it's easy, you can easily access everything quick right there. Especially like with my backpack, I keep that in the stroller and just keep that pouch on me so I can have like quick and easy access to like my wallet, my phone, my chapstick, sunscreen, just like whatever else that you have in your bag. Also, one more thing too that I would like to add, don't forget like pain meds. Ibuprofen, acetaminophen, motion sickness medicine if you kind of get like sick on a ride. I know I tend to like sometimes get car sick, or like it doesn't sit well with me, so you probably won't ever really see me on a ride unless it's like a kid low-key one. I just don't do well with like motion, and like I don't know, it just doesn't sit well with me. So I usually do tend to bring like motion sickness medicine, ibuprofen or anything like that if you may feel queasy. Sometimes, you kind of underestimate the weather here and you may get sick or lightheaded or anything like that. So just having some aspirin, any type of like over-the-counter meds just to kind of help you push through the day, but definitely not worth the hassle of feeling sick and just kind of ruining your experience here. Like you pay a lot of money to be here, so you want to make sure that you can at least try to keep going, because nothing's worse than feeling super sick and just not being able to have a good time. And you got to sit out with the coats and bags, jackets and strollers. Speaking of stroller, something that else that's like great too, and then I'm thinking about it, because I already had like a preset list, but putting like a balloon or just kind of like a symbol on your stroller helps too, like a tag, sorry, not a symbol, but like a tag, something that you kind of know that's yours, because oh my gosh, there can be like such a huge parking lot of strollers everywhere, and sometimes it's kind of hard to find where your stroller is. So something that helps your stroller stand out can be helpful when you're kind of like coming back from your ride and you're like, oh yeah, where did I park my stroller? Just like when you come out of Target or something, Publix, and you're like, where is my car? I'm guilty of one of those. I'm that person that's like, where is my car? Where did I put my stuff? So you find that putting some kind of tag or anything balloon, something that you know that like that's yours, something that's easily stands out. Saves you definitely time when you want to like try to rush to the next ride or try to hurry up and get something to eat. All right, so if you're planning a trip to Disney World, definitely save this video so that way so you don't forget anything that you need to be able to pack. I really do hope that these tips were helpful. And I've also provided a quick list, packing list, so that way you can get like a paper copy, you can download it and have it with you. So that way you can easily have that already like prepared and on hand, so you don't have to think and stress over like, crap, what do I need? What's kind of necessary? What can I leave at home or in my hotel room? If you're definitely staying on a resort, you can probably always come back and get it, but you want to, you know, not feel so weighed down with everything that you need. And the tips and things that I provided here today hopefully would help you save you the stress and hassle when you're going to Disney World. Subscribe to our channel for more tips, more updates. And as I've mentioned before, I am currently now a travel agent. So if you need any type of discounts or just any kind of planning, you want to know what to do, where to go, and how to do things, I'm your girl right here for Sunkey Travels Company. So definitely hit me up, leave a message, leave a comment below. Definitely look forward to connecting with you and making your dream vacation happen. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next one.